Hi, I'm Tom Cress. I'm the Brumby Pump guy. You've probably seen me in a couple of other videos before. In this one I want to explain to you basically which system you need in which different situations. You already know that the Brumby Pump is useful in a lot of different situations. Things like where you have no power at the pump side because the pump obviously uses compressed air. If you have high iron content, which tends to be very hard on regular pumps. Salt, the Brumby Pump doesn't corrode. If you have solids in the water, not good for other pumps either. The Brumby Pump was designed to deal with all that, plus to be very easy to install. So basically there are two different situations. One is where you have good water depth. That means your water depth is and remains over 1/3 of the total lift height. In that case, you can use any of the pumps and just run them straight off a compressor. The compressor can be by the pump side, it can be a long way away, and you just run some cheap airline, and it does away with the requirement for power at the pump side. You can also have a compressor running off diesel, petrol, manually operated. It can run off a windmill, it can run off solar, it doesn't matter. As long as you've got something to make that compressor go round and round and produce air, your pump is working. So in the high water, low lift situations, any of the pumps straight off a compressor. If you've got a situation where the water is shallow and the lift is high, you want to use an L2 pump, which is this fella here. It's still quite light, it's quite long. Weighs less than 5 kilos, and it's still quite easy to install. And it's used in conjunction with a controller. The controller is this gadget. It can run off 12 volt DC, which means a battery and a solar panel. It can also run off mains power. So you simply get an air line from the compressor into this connection here, and you have two lines going from the controller down to the pump. In here you've got an electronic controller and some solenoid valves and a couple of other components. It's all fairly simple, and the instructions explain it quite well. So basically anyone can install this. The piping you need is a water line going from the pump up to your tank or outlet. Then you have an air line going from the controller to the pump main body. There's a second air line, which is a boost line going from the controller down to the pump outlet. You have the compressor and an air line going from it to the controller inlet. The Brumby Pump is easy to install. This is the S1 pump. In fact, it's so easy to install, even a child can do it. Have a look at this. So you can see how easy it is to install a Brumby Pump. Even a little kid can do it. And it's just as easy to uninstall it as well. You simply start the compressor, keep the compressor going, it blows all the water out of the pump and the piping, and you just easily pull it back out of the hole. You don't need any special tools, you don't need any lifting gear or anything like that. It's usually just a one-man job, unless you've got a really, really deep well. Now the Brumby Pump is useful for all sorts of other situations, not just wells. It's also good as a backup. There are places where people are quite worried about the availability of power, and for one reason or another they might be running another pump. But the Brumby Pump is a great backup because it's so quick and easy to install if the other ones fail. Now you can go to the calculator page on our website. You can download the calculator program, and it helps you to work out exactly which pump you need, what piping you need, what size compressor you need, and then you just go ahead and order your pump online if you have PayPal. If you don't have PayPal, we usually accept credit cards, but you need to give us a call, or there are other payment options as well. So if you have any questions after all that, just get to the contacts page and send us an email or give us a call, and we'll do our best to sort you out and make sure we get you pumping as soon as possible.